on it. It's cold out and I'm sick, which seems like a great time to make a video about the thing that has ruined all of my relationships: trying to manage other people's feelings. In permaculture, they say that any nutrient, if it's given too much, becomes a pollutant. Even something like fertilizer, if you over-fertilize your plants, it starts to pollute the soil. At a certain point, it stops it from growing. It's the same with caretaking other people's feelings. Now, I'm not talking about being nice. I'm not talking about being considerate. I'm talking about when this potential gift becomes a pollutant. Mothering, babying the other person's ego, and trying to foresee places of potential negativity and so you can avoid them. And this is what I do all the time. All the time. All the time. In every relationship I've ever had, this is what I've done. Will this hurt the other person? Will this be a potentially negative situation for them? Are they feeling bad? And it's fucked up, because what it does is it prevents me from being able to check in with how I actually feel. I don't even know what the fuck I actually feel because I'm totally paying attention to what the other person is feeling. Am I worried that they're gonna be hurt? Or am I hurt? Do I actually think that I'm doing something wrong, or do I just think that maybe they'll feel like I'm doing something wrong? Do I think that I'm responsible for their feelings? Sad thing is, maybe I do. So why do I do this? I do this because I'm afraid. I'm afraid that if the other person experiences negativity in my presence, they'll associate me with negativity. I'm afraid that they'll take the love away. I'm afraid that maybe they just won't like me. And goddamn, I sure do want to be liked. And if soul retrieval has shown me anything, it showed me that in the historic record, not being liked can even mean death. If the person is going to take the love away, if they're not going to love me anymore, then this could mean dying alone. So these are deep fears. And this is an understandable survival strategy to try to stay on the positive side of another person's felt experience. It's not inherently bad to want that other person to feel okay. It's not bad to want to be liked or loved. But there is a point where it becomes a hindrance to growth, where it becomes a deep, dark pollutant. Because if I'm creating a situation where I'm not checking in with how I actually feel, then I'm setting a trap for myself in this relationship. Because the other person can't know how I feel if I don't know how I feel. And then I get in all of these loops thinking that the other person doesn't see me, that the other person doesn't know me, that the other person doesn't care about me. And it's all because that's exactly what I'm not giving to myself. I'm not seeing myself, I'm not giving myself the opportunity to know myself, and I'm not taking care of myself. And this has ruined every relationship that I've ever been in, is my tendency to do this. So that out of this fear of dying alone and not being loved and not being liked, I've pushed everyone away. And out of this inability to take time to check in with myself and what I'm actually feeling and what's going on with me first, I haven't even given the other person a chance to see me, to know me, to take care of me. So I'm making this video to remind myself that, understandable survival strategy or not, that ultimately managing another person's feelings fucks everything up. And that there is another way to get love and security in a relationship. Paying attention to another person's feelings may feel safe, and I think it's the pattern that most of us women are in. And think about it for yourself. The next time you're talking about your relationship, notice how much time you spend hypothesizing or reviewing the other person's feelings versus sharing what's going on for you. And the same, when you're talking to your girlfriends, listen to how much time they spend. Maybe they feel that, I think this means this, I think this means that, he said this, she felt that. Because every time I have been able to stand courageously in my sovereignty and take that time to check in and just do what was right for me or say what was right for me in the moment, completely aside from thinking about how the other person might feel or react. It's been awesome and has opened up in all of these unprecedented ways. Like, I remember the first time that I went to a party with a partner, and instead of thinking about how they were feeling at the party, I just did my own thing and ended up connecting with a friend of mine for a while. It was great. And they came up to me afterwards and they were all like, "That sucked for me." And I was like, "Well, that's your responsibility." And I felt like a total B, saying that it wasn't on me to make sure they were having a good time at the party. That it really was their responsibility to find a way to feel comfortable, to find a way to make themselves feel okay. But a deeper part of me understood that that was an important precedent to set. That ultimately, I can't make anybody else feel okay. I can't make anybody else feel safe. But I can make someone feel loved. And that my version of love is believing in them enough to believe that they can have a good time at a party full of awesome people, that they can find some way to make themselves feel comfortable in that social situation. And that when we challenge each other, we grow as people, and that's what keeps us falling in love over and over again with each other. Put a bird on it!